Okay, so guys, this is our question here that we looked at the last, the higher level oblique plane question, right? Okay. Uh, just that I show you this little visualization of it here because it's quite good for kind of understanding what the oblique plane is, right? So you've got your horizontal trace and your vertical trace over here at the back, like so. There's your XY line running through, right? There's your oblique plane then cutting across here and sitting on this surface, which we're told is surface A, okay? So it's sitting across that, right? Now if we looked at our question here again, if I look at it here again, look, if we look at our question here now, we can see that surface A is starting here and running up like that. It's not actually touching the XY line, right? Now we need that to touch the XY line in order to find a point on the horizontal trace, okay? So the way we do that is we extend it down to hit the XY line, okay? So going back here, lads, to our little visualization, we can see it how it's done there. So you can see there, look, they just extended down a line here to the base where it's going to touch our XY line, all right? Right? And you can see that the plane is obviously sitting on that. It's running out this way to infinity, and it's running straight down through our XY line here as well, right? So the reason they went through the center line here, look, they could have also gone through this point here, to that point, and extended on out, and the same. So which would be here, down through wherever that point was, up there somewhere, is it? Okay, so there, sorry, extended that out through where the two met, same way. Right? So what they've done here is they've extended point out 1, 2, 2. So I'll just show you here in my drawing here. So that's all I did is I extended out through it so it hit the XY line. XY line. That's it touched. So I extended point 1, trying it straight through point 2 to hit my XY line. Like so. Right? And then I brought it straight down. Did the same here. Extended point 1 straight through point 2. That gives me my point here then on the horizontal trace. Okay? That's fine, that's all well and good. How did I get my other two green lines? Well, what we know as well, lads, right, is that if we look at this line over here, it's parallel or horizontal to our XY in elevation. So if that's the case, then this line down here, which is the same line, okay, is a true length line. All right? What does that mean? Okay? So, and similarly, if you have the horizontal line here parallel to your XY, its true length will be shown up here in your elevation. All right? So because this is a true length line here, lads, right, that'll give us some key information we can find, right? So the true length of that line, we can use that now to find our trace, okay? So if we look back here now again to our ESG solutions, we'll see here, look, now they've done a slightly different method what I've done, but it's the same principle. Okay, so they found our point there, right? So the line here, oops, sorry, the line is horizontal in elevation. Yeah, so they've said the same kind of idea here again. The line is horizontal in elevation, or parallel to our XY. So the plan of the line is a true length, right? So the inclination of the horizontal trace will be the same as the true length, okay? So what they've done here, now what you could have also done here, look, is you could have just gone uh, straight across to that and it would also give you your point, all right? So I'll show you here now in 2 seconds. So what we can do there, so guys, is just go parallel to that line, to where we found our original point. Whoops, I'm not on the wrong thing. So what we can do is go parallel to that line to our point that we've already found, and that gives our horizontal trace, right? To get our vertical trace then up here, what we can do then is just, we can go through a line again. So I went through the top line here. You could have gone through the point 2 as well, or whichever one you wanted, or through the line here. Okay, I just went through point 1. So I extended out through here, all right, up to my XY line, brought it straight up, and then the other part of it, sorry, then my height of it, then I brought it straight across. You could have also used that point. That gives you then your vertical trace. So you can just join that then up to that gives you a horizontal trace straight like that. Then to find the rest of your points here then, lads, so to finish off the rest of that bottom elevation, then you can use your oblique plane now to find those points. So I've done a remote here as well. Look, I just did sections of, I think I did 10 or 15. So 10, 15, like so. So I brought them up to my oblique plane and across. And wherever they met then, give me my points. So I'll just do one of them there. Look, there's a point. Alright, so I did all those up. And then it's just a case of joining them together to produce your curve. Should be a little bit neater there, but you get the gist of it. Alright, you can then join up the rest of it then if you want. Like so. Right, that's kind of the base of that done there, right? The second part then, lads, is to find your trace for surface B, okay? And that's found in a similar kind of process, all right? The next point then, lads, is just to locate the rest of the positions of point B. And again, that's fairly straightforward enough as well. I'll just show you here again how it's done. All right. Okay. So again, you're given over here, you're given the height of the point B here. So I just drew up my height, I think it's 110. Okay. And you're also given the base, which was 18 here. Okay. So what I did there is just brought up my points here. Meet it, that was the top of it. Brought up my points here, that was the bottom of it there. Right. To find out where these points were then, I brought them up, tip my oblique plane and across. Where they joined up then, gives the front of that little section there where that iPod slips into. That's section B. Alright. To find out then where the section B then, to find out the traces of it, these guys here. Okay. What I did is I just adjust my camera there for 1 second. Just pause that now while I adjust the camera. So again, this is my surface here, that red B surface there. So now we found that up here in our drawing. Now we just need to find that trace of it. Okay, so there's my surface B there. Okay, you can see the surface B here as well. Right, so I'm going to use the same process I used to find these. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to extend out my line here because I know my plane is sitting on top of that. So I'm going to extend out through my point B to bring it down to the ground. Bring it down here to my hand view like so, down like so. You can see it brought down here. And the same idea again, look. Extend this out. Right, that gave me a point here then, and I can just go then parallel to my line. So I've done down right, up to the point here. Right, now I need to find out a second point here so I can join through it. How do I do that? I'm just going to extend through a point here again. So I know this point here, look, that line there, I think there's the line here, look, which is basically that line there. So I extend it out through it, my point, brought it across to meet it, that gives me my point there, and that's my trace then for. Okay, so, and just if you want to fill it in, then I think mine is in already. That's it. Just kind of, I'll just do it a little bit extra heavy there just so you can see it. Just like that. And I just made mine slightly bigger than your own because when I was doing it, it was just a little bit compact, so I just increased my measurements a small bit. So I might be, I think I increased this area here a little bit bigger, so it's easier to see. So I think that area there, it might be just a little bit elongated, and this might be a little bit short. It's the same idea. And what else in that then as well? Oh, I think you can bring that across here then to do that. It's going across there. So there's where our iPod fits in, and there's our two traces. So this trace here goes sloping across that way, and this trace is sloping across on top of B there. Right? And that was that question there. All right. So I hope that helps, and I hope the video wasn't too long. I tried to compact it as much as I could. Hence I didn't do the plan for you because I thought you'd be able for that. And again, the processes are exactly the same. So extend out your lines to find your points, and then extend them up again in the elevation. All right.